he believes your problems all repeat like they're a faint distress call on it, telling you go home, get going. It's time to take care of yourself. It will be easier, but you don't give a fuck. You've just given up. I can see your eyes for the millionth fucking time. You can't let it go, but you want some peace in your belief that every time she smiles, she'll love you all the while with all the best intentions.
Hi, it's Ben with another track breakdown for Teenage Blob. Next up I'm going to be talking about Paper Person, which depending on the sequence that you play Teenage Blob in would be track 2, 3, or 4 in your playthrough. I'm not going to talk about it too much because it is the track that you can play right now as a free playable demo, so I encourage you to play the game yourself and see what it's all about. Paper Person is primarily a delivery game. Blob plays the part of a sandwich delivery person, throwing sandwiches into the mailbox of sandwich subscribers. There are also people who have not subscribed to sandwiches, and you can reward them by smashing their windows with sandwiches. This game is obviously a very loving homage to Paperboy. Something interesting to notice about the game is that while biking around you are totally naked, which is kind of surprising given that you just got dressed up in New Year into your favorite clothes, so what the hell happened to them? More than really actually presenting the player as being naked, this is kind of like a metaphorical nakedness. It's something that I wanted to get across in Paper Person, is that sense of being fragile and vulnerable. And that's also in the name, not just a reference to Paperboy, but actually like being a paper person and being like soft and gentle and scared by this outside world. And the world is extra scary because not only are you avoiding cars and runaway lawnmowers, you have to deal with these really gross creeps that are out in the streets hassling you for just doing your job. My dear friend Ali Walker Davies just hit me up out of the blue and was like, you should make a game about riding around on a bike. And I was like, we are making a game about riding around on a bike. You deliver sandwiches. And she's like, okay, cool. In this bike riding game, you should have people catcalling you. That really like clicked with me. Totally what I was wanting to get into this. Feeling vulnerable and like the world around you is kind of hostile. The original design was that you had to avoid these speech bubbles. So it created an added layer of difficulty of you think you've gotten around an obstacle and then it would pop out with the speech bubble that would like knock you off your bike. As we kept going on the game, it started feeling better that it would actually be something that you actually just drive straight through, that it wouldn't actually phase you. This person's a total creep, but like their words can't really harm me, and just basically fortifying. Of course, even better than just riding through their disgusting remarks, you could throw a sandwich in their face. It felt really good once we implemented it and actually had the speech bubble dissipating as you drive through them. Paper Person also isn't just a delivery game. In time with the song, you cut to some other vignette games which are more just you're having fun in between all of the delivering of the sandwiches. Any kid working a job would try and make your job more fun. Take in those moments where it's just you and you don't feel so vulnerable and afraid, and you can actually just enjoy being out on your bike, feeling the sun on your buns. I'm not going to say too much more about this game because you can play it right now. It's certainly one of my favorite tracks on the split, and I really hope you have fun with the demo. Let us know what you think. Bye!
Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man?
No, 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 no.
Have you seen this man? No.
getting used to feeling restrained. Sometimes when I don't miss you, hiding behind the walls of rage and empty feelings I can't forget from a broken heart. But if time heals, I will know where to start. When the sun sets on me, I walk into the darkness and play a little game, blacking out the magic again and again. I can feel the sadness trickling in. Every time you run, you're a defector to the rules. Give up your dreams and pay your dues. We are all creatures of habit, though we won't admit that. We are always buying in to our impulses. I can't forgive from a broken heart, but if time heals, I will know where to start. When the sun sets on me, I walk into the darkness and play a little game. You can't avoid me. I'm always there to take the blame. So sit back and unwind. Out the magic again and again. I can feel the sadness trickling in. Every time you run, you're a defector to the rules. Give up your dreams and pay your dues. Fucking done.
That's the worst I played the solo, but that's fine.
Didn't even notice it.
I did the bend was... I like fucking just did a shitty ass bend. I don't
That's
even...
fine.
Let's just listen back to that real quick, see if we can stop torturing ourselves.
I'll stay in the rain today till my feelings dissipate. I tried to stay inside, but the walls began to shake. And I don't know where to go when all of the ocean is crashing in my face. So please let me drift to sea. We can safely separate. I can't relax. I fell apart. I played the fool. Played it smart, but I've come undone from taking it to heart. I fell apart. Too bad, mom and dad had to go their separate ways. I'm fool. Played it smart, but I've come undone from taking it to heart. I fell apart. I can't relax. I can't relax. I can't relax. I fell apart.
You're tuned in to Blob TV.
want to thank you all for being here today. I know there's a lot of confusion surrounding our brand and its apparent similarity to another band from out of state. We're here to settle that beef. We started as a Bush League Song a Week side project, but we quickly evolved into a professional team that could bring the heat in every city we played on the road. We slam dunk from downtown, and we want our brand to reflect our high-flying antics and powerful stats. So now, with great pride, we reveal to you our new name, the Superweaks.
When the trademark ref pulled out a yellow card, we pulled out our YOLO card. From this moment on, we are the Superweaks. We're the same old Batman pajamas from Philadelphia with a .420 batting average. When you instant replay our album Bad Year, and it sounds like a set of twin touchdowns in your ears, the name the Superweaks will feel like a hole in one. Slap shot.
So when your rock and roll cravings require 110% effort, listen to the Superweaks.
We're like Gatorade for your ear sockets.
Thank you for your time.
And we just did it and go to Blob.
You're tuned in to Blob TV.
The laws of nature or science
I'm Evan from the Superweaks, and you're watching Blob TV.
Could take all damn day to cheer me up. Gear me up for the race and wish good luck. Footprints in the snow left by small shoes. That was the last I'd see of you. Your fingers on the trigger. Won't you fool it? Your small hands, quiet fingers. Won't you force it? Take all damn day to cheer me up. It's like I'm lost in a daze and I gave up. You could be the wave to make me move. You could only feel the way I do.
Hey, me again. I am checking in to let you know about the very first track of Teenage Blob, which is called New Year. New Year is a really great song that just really makes you feel super energized and stoked, and we wanted to create a game experience that would mirror that feeling of sort of just being really excited to kind of take on the world. New Year is the start of our story. You start, like many Team Lazerbeam games, in bed. You are introduced to the player character Blob through their own eyes, looking at their bedroom walls and all of the posters of all the bands that they really love, and just get the sense of them being a kid whose life revolves around pop culture and who is effectively creating an identity for themselves through all of the cool, amazing stuff that they see other people doing around them, and that makes them feel stoked and makes them feel less alone, which coincidentally is also what we hope to do with our own work with Team Lazerbeam. So, through Blob's eyes, you're looking out on your bedroom walls, you get a quick little peek at what the controls for the game are, if you haven't picked those up yet. And then you get a message from your friend Nandez, who says something along the lines of, "Dude, I'm so stoked we're seeing our favorite band tonight." And that throws the player straight into the story of Teenage Blob, which is that they, as the Teenage Blob, will be seeing their most favorite band, but they have to overcome their own challenges in feeling like a massive loser and hoping that buying a pair of boots is going to help them to feel cool. You basically sort of blob out of bed, blob through your bedroom, and start sort of forming yourself into some kind of solid shape to face the world. You then get to pick out your outfit from a bunch of cool clothing options. Interestingly, we also squeezed in some references to real and imaginary Superweaks merchandise, and Team Lazerbeam merchandise, and just general references to a bunch of cool stuff that we like. And after kind of settling on your coolest possible outfit, you are faced with the crappy reality of needing to choose between two pairs of really shitty shoes because that's all you own, and stepping out into the world. You then meet your dear parent, Sharon, who is lovely and one of my favorite characters that I've ever written in one of our games. And you have a little conversation sequence with them. They're super cool and supportive and clearly interested and invested in what's going on in your life. And you then have the choice of being able to reciprocate that love by being a sweet, kind teenager or being an absolute brat. And we encourage people to kind of play through both ways possibly because we think both are pretty fun, although in general we would recommend being sweet and kind to people always. Yeah, that's pretty much it for New Year. From there on, you head out the house, get into the world map and see what lies ahead. And I'll tell you all about that next time. Bye!
getting worse, and I don't get it hurts. I just can't let go. I wanna know, am I crazy? Oh, if I let it go, will it only matter to me?
Hey, I'm Chris from the Superweaks, and you're watching Blob TV.
Blob TV. Turn on. Tune in. Blob out.
Hi, my name is Ben from the game band Team Lazerbeam, and I am super stoked to welcome you to the very first episode of the Insider's Guide to Teenage Blob. Teenage Blob is a colorful art punk adventure towards the best night of your life. It is a split release between the music band, the Superweaks, and the game band, Team Lazerbeam. What does that actually mean? I don't think you'd be alone in being confused by this. That's sort of the most straightforward, simple way we found of trying to explain what we've created with Teenage Blob. I think we've done an okay job, but it is pretty confusing and it's pretty out there, and that's why we think it's really exciting, but at the same time, that's sort of why we need something like the Insider's Guide to Teenage Blob, so that we can give people a clearer idea of what they'll be getting if they purchase the split release, and what the experience of playing through the game side of it will be like. You have a lot of separate parts that make up Teenage Blob, primarily the 6 songs from the Superweaks and the 6 games from Team Lazerbeam. But everything is really kind of like intermingled and mixed up. And there is this larger meta game that sort of connects up all the separate pieces, the songs, the games, the mini games within the games, into a single coherent story that you can play through start to finish. And the story tells the tale of a teenage blob, which is you, who wakes up to discover that on this day they're going to be seeing the band of their dreams. but they're presented with some problems, which is that they don't feel very cool. They feel really self-conscious and scared about going into this really rad gig. And they have been dreaming of getting a really cool pair of boots that's just going to give them that confidence boost to be like, cool, I'm going to go to the show and I'm going to feel awesome and I'm going to have a good time. The game follows Blob as they first sort of create their own identity for themselves, then head out into the world and work a series of jobs, leading up ultimately to being able to get the boots, get to the show, and have the best night of their life. This primarily plays out across the 6 video game tracks, which themselves are created out of smaller vignette games. And then there's also a couple little weird mini games in between. There's a world map that you can navigate, and through navigating that, you're effectively creating your own sequence for the track list to listen to. So unlike a traditional album where you're sort of bound by a track 1 to 6, with Teenage Blob you have some space to create your own sort of sequence that it plays out in. Although the beginning and end are kind of like locked in. We think it's a really cool way of sort of stitching everything together, and we hope you'll have a lot of fun with it. Thank you so much for watching this very first episode of The Insider's Guide to Teenage Blob. In the next episode, I'm going to be giving you a quick breakdown of track 1, New Year. If you've got any feedback or thoughts on this stuff, please feel free to reach out and let us know. We're figuring this out as we go. But we hope this will be a really cool, informative way for you to get a bit more insight into the wide, wide world of Teenage Blob. Cool, we'll see you next time. Till then, bye!
2020, the Superweaks and Team Lazerbeam reimagined the split record with Teenage Blob. 6 radical power pop hits. 6 righteous punk games. It was fast, loud, and borking rad. Now in 2021, we're turning things up to 11. This is Teenage Blob Full Blast. More clothes, more boots, more songs, cutting-edge graphic updates, and introducing Blob Amp, our in-game music player. If you missed it the first time, or just want to get blobbed all over again, you need Teenage Blob Full Blast. Blob Amp, it really whips the blobber's ass.
I met you when you were young, ordinary. Every town had an answer. We retreat from the sun. The light was scary, even still we were dancers. I keep on flipping it over. There's always one more side that I can't see. I lay my head on your shoulder, so you can see from the wounds where they cut you deep. Don't let this become ordinary. Trying to sing along, the tongue gets heavy, dredging words half remembered. Not every syllable's wrong, slow and heavy, it's too long for December. I keep on flipping it over. There's always one more side that I can't see. I lay my head on your shoulder, so you can see from the wounds where they cut you deep. Don't let this become ordinary. The heat is rising, the lake's descending. The song is over, but I'm still spinning. Losing my foothold, the floor is bending. I count the ripples that crash beneath my feet. I keep on flipping it over. There's always one more side that I can't see. I lay my head on your shoulder, so you can see from the wounds where they cut you deep. Don't let this become ordinary. I'm not as strong as I'm supposed to be.
Before I go lay down, I don't want to save you from anyone but yourself. Hold me down, I don't want to save you from these bad dreams that you're bound to be having. You're glowing. Yeah, you're glowing. You'll be glowing. And the night won't be accepting my return.
Blob TV. Turn on. Tune in. Blob out.
Coming to Blob TV, it's the Teenage Blob Variety Show. Join Team Lazerbeam and the Superweaks for the most radical show of the Steam Games Festival. Featuring acoustic performances of Teenage Blob tunes, live coding with Rich Lazerbeam, music time with J.
Brother died on a Friday night, ascended tenderly to the light. About his life I won't say, we got it right. I won't give up, it's alright, she said. I remember you when you're dead. So I took a step out into the light, and I saw his face for the very first time. So I took a step out into the light, and I saw his face. And every time my mother cries, I feel the emptiness multiply. From inside this void I'm not alright. I won't give up, it's alright, she said. I will love him till I'm dead. Now every time I look into my mother's eyes, I understand her peace, and I appreciate the days we got it right. So I took a step out into the light, and I saw his face for the very first time. So I took a step out into the light, and I saw his face.
And that's it from us. Yo, man. Bye. Yo, man. And that's it from us at Team Lazerbeam and the Superweaks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to Amaze for giving us this opportunity and for generally just being the raddest thing in all of video games. And yeah, really appreciate the opportunity to share the game album thing with you, and hope you enjoyed what we had to show. And yeah, hope you have a lovely festival further. Keep it real and be excellent to each other. Bye!